Hello and welcome back to another episode of Math with Sohn. Today we're going to be doing parallel lines in the coordinate plane, which is really going to be just a lesson on finding the slope and writing the equations of lines. Okay? So, in order to find the slope of a line, you have to first look at the left point and then go down or up by however many and then over. Okay, so the slope is the rise over the run, which is the up or the down over the left or the right. Okay? So in this case, we went down by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and over by 2, to the right by 2. If you go from the left point to the right point, it's always going to be to the right. So we went down by 5 and over by 2, and there is our slope, 5 over 2. If it simplifies, I recommend you do that. Let's do another one here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 up. We went up by 7 and over by 1. So our slope here, we went up by 7 and over by 1. So our slope is 7 over 1, or better known as just 7. 7 divided by 1 is 7. So those aren't too bad. You're just counting. Make sure that if it goes down from left to right, that you have a negative for your slope. And if it's going up from left to right, like we had here, you write a positive for your slope. But what happens if it is going straight up and straight down, as it is here? Well, then you have a predicament to deal with, because we went down by 1, 2, 3, 4, according to the dots that were here. But we went over by 0. And if you try dividing 4 by 0, or negative 4 by 0 for that matter, you get undefined. Okay? So if it is going straight up and down, that is always undefined in that scenario, because it's impossible to really figure out how much it's going over by to know what the change is occurring. Whereas here, if you think of the x value as time, for number 6, for the x value of time, we are not changing as time goes on. We're here, no time existed, so it's undefined. Here, as time went on, we didn't go up or down by any, but we went over by, in this case, it looks like 5. But that means that nothing changed, and the slope here would be 0. So horizontals are a slope of 0. Verticals are a slope of undefined. All right. Well, what if you have to find the equation, the slope given an equation? If it's given to you an equation and it is in this format, y equals mx plus b, then your slope is everything that I am circling on each and every one of these. Well, except for that one. So here, your slope is the m, and it is negative 1/3. This number over here is called the y-intercept. All right? So there would be what we would describe as the y-intercept. In this case, that negative 4 is the y-intercept, and the slope is down 1 over 3. Here, our slope, or our m, is 2. Here, our slope, or our m, is 3 over 2. But what about number 9? Number 9, we have to recognize that it is an x equals equation. X equals is either vertical or horizontal. Let's see which one it is. If we go over to negative 1 for x, and we realize that everything on this dotted line is where x is equal to negative 1, that is a vertical line, and remember that vertical lines are undefined. All right, let's keep on going. The next phase of this is going to be writing the slope-intercept form of equation given the slope and the y-intercept. So in this case, we have the slope and the y-intercept for all of these things, and we're just going to plug it into the y equals mx plus b formula. So we have y equals negative 3 is the m, x minus 1 for the b. All right, y would equal slope 5 over 3 x, then negative 3 for the b. Over and over again, y would equal negative 1 x plus 3, because it's a positive 3. So anytime it's positive, you got to put a plus there. And you do not need to put the negative 1. You could just put negative x plus 3 if you want to be fancy. Similarly to number 17, where the slope is 3, you could plug in a 3 for the m, but you don't need to put plus 0, because that's the same exact thing as saying y is equal to 3x. Okay? All right. Next thing, and this is the more geometry one that's just going to segue us into some more videos, I am sure, is what is the slope of a line parallel to the given line? Well, if it's parallel, it will have the same slope. Later on, we're going to do perpendicular. Perpendicular will have a flip and switch slope, where if it was 1 over 2, it would turn into negative 2 over 1. Okay, so these two things are perpendicular, but right now we're just doing parallel. Parallel is the same slope, so pretty much identify the slope of the line. In this case, that would be 2. 2 again. The number in front of the x, negative 8 over 3. The number in front of the x, the negative 2. We're just zooming stuff. This is super easy until you mess up. 4 over 5, it's the number in front of the x, which in number 23 is negative 1. All right. So, that's going to do it for this one, everybody. Until next time, stay positive, my friends, and I will see y'all later. Bye.